He is 39 years old. His opponents are 19, 22, 25. And he is outrunning every single one of them. Scientists have actually studied what Lionel Messi's brain and body do differently from every other human on the planet. And what they found doesn't just explain why he's the greatest footballer who ever lived. It explains something profound about the limits of the human body and how to break them. Let's start with the brain, because what Messi has isn't just talent, it's a neurological phenomenon. Neuroscientists who have studied elite footballers found that the very best players process visual information up to 200 milliseconds faster than average professional players. That's faster than the blink of an eye. Messi sees the play developing before it happens. His brain builds what scientists call a mental model of the entire pitch at any given moment. He doesn't react to what is happening. He reacts to what is about to happen. At 39, his brain hasn't slowed down. In many ways, it has actually gotten faster. Because what neuroscience shows is that elite cognitive processing, the kind that comes from doing something for 30 years, continues to improve with age. His brain has run this simulation so many times that the neural pathways are carved so deep they will never slow down. Scientists call this crystallized intelligence, and it gets stronger the older you get. Now, the body, because this is where the science gets truly remarkable. The average professional footballer peaks physically between the ages of 24 and 27. After 30, muscle mass declines, recovery slows, speed decreases. But here's what the sports scientists found when they studied the world's elite players. Those who combine elite nutrition, advanced recovery protocols, sleep optimization, and load management can preserve up to 85% of their peak physical capacity into their late 30s. Messi's diet is documented. No processed food, no alcohol, extreme hydration, anti-inflammatory nutrition designed around recovery. His sleep is reportedly tracked and optimized. He uses cryotherapy, hyperbaric oxygen chambers, and advanced physiotherapy. But here's the most fascinating part. His style of play has unconsciously adapted. He no longer relies on sustained sprinting. He conserves energy for explosive bursts, short accelerations of 2 to 4 seconds. Scientists call this economy of movement. He wastes nothing. Every step has a purpose. And at 39, those explosive bursts are still as fast as any 22-year-old on the pitch. But not everything can be trained. Scientists who have studied elite sports genetics have identified specific gene variants that influence how quickly muscles recover, how efficiently oxygen is processed, and how the body responds to aging. Research suggests that a small percentage of humans carry a combination of these variants that gives them a biological advantage in longevity and performance. Combined with the right environment, the right training, nutrition, and obsessive dedication, these genetic factors can produce something the scientific community is only beginning to understand: a human body that ages differently from everyone else. Not immune to time, but significantly more resistant to its effects. One sports scientist described it simply: some people are born with a biological clock that ticks slightly slower, and then they spend 30 years doing everything possible to slow it down even further. But here is what separates Messi from every other athlete who had the genes and the body: the psychology. Sports psychologists who study elite performance longevity have identified one factor above all others that determines how long an athlete competes at the highest level: intrinsic motivation. Not money, not fame, not trophies. The pure internal drive to compete for the love of the thing itself. Studies show that athletes driven by intrinsic motivation maintain performance significantly longer than those motivated by external rewards. Because when the external rewards plateau, and they always do, the performance plateaus with them. But when you love the thing itself, there is no plateau. Messi has described football in terms that scientists would classify as pure intrinsic motivation. At 39, he is not playing for records. He is playing because stopping would feel like losing a part of himself.
And that psychological state, that absolute alignment of identity and purpose, produces neurochemistry that directly supports physical performance.
And the numbers confirm everything science predicts. At 39, Messi is now the all-time leading scorer in World Cup history with 18 goals. He holds the record for most World Cup matches played, 28 matches. Most minutes on the pitch in World Cup history, 2,489. 23% of every single goal scored by a player aged 35 or older in the entire history of the World Cup belongs to Messi alone. He has scored in 6 consecutive World Cup matches, a record shared only by players from 1958 and 1970. At this tournament, he has scored 5 goals in his first 2 matches. If extrapolated across a full tournament, that would be the most goals scored in a single World Cup in history by a significant margin. These are not just football statistics. They are scientific data points confirming something extraordinary is happening inside one human being's biology. But here is the most important thing. This isn't just about one footballer. What Messi's brain and body demonstrate is something that scientists are only beginning to fully appreciate. The human body does not age at a fixed rate. The rate at which you age is significantly influenced by what you put in: the nutrition, the sleep, the mental engagement, the purpose. Studies of aging populations show that people who maintain strong intrinsic purpose, whether through sport, creativity, work, or relationships, show measurably slower cognitive and physical decline. Your brain, like Messi's, responds to how much you challenge it. Your body responds to how well you fuel and rest it. The science says the ceiling is higher than we think. We just need to look at what's happening on that pitch right now to believe it. So the next time you watch Messi on that pitch, you are not watching football. You are watching 39 years of crystallized intelligence combined with genetic advantage, elite recovery science, perfect nutrition, and an intrinsic motivation so pure that it literally slows down biological aging. You are watching a human being at the absolute outer edge of what science says should be possible, and he is still pushing that edge further. Subscribe to Ask and Wow, because the most mind-blowing science in the world isn't in a lab. Sometimes it's on a football pitch in North America, and the answers always make you say, wow.